and welcome to round 2 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of October 3rd. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
Usually on this podcast, we talk about parenting issues, but once a week, Terry and I like to get together to discuss TV, movies, books, and other entertainment topics because it's nice to talk about something other than parenting for a change. So this week we continued with season 2 of Rutherford Falls, and I wrote on my script that we quick stepped into week 3 of Dancing with the Stars, but there was nothing quick about this evening. It was James Bond night, and it was every 2 out of 3 dances is a rumba.
Yes.
And also, it was like, let's dress all the women in togas or not togas. Let's dress all the women in loincloths. Like, everyone had 2 slits.
Yes.
So that they just had like this strip of fabric hanging down between their legs. It was not attractive.
Yeah. And oh my goodness, Jessie James Decker, why did they do that to her?
Yeah.
Not a good look. And it was like in her hair. Her hair looked all stringy.
Her hair was all slicked back and painted gold along with everything else about her.
And she's a tiny thing, but she's also a lady who's had babies and not unflatteringly lumpy combination of costumes and and gold. I just felt so terrible for her. I'm glad she didn't go home on that.
Yeah.
But that's... You start to get the impression that there are people in this contest that are liked by the management and people who aren't. Mm-hmm. The judges were just very snotty in some cases and giving tongue baths in others. Mm-hmm. And I tell you, you know what? They were so nasty to Vinny that I gave him 2 more votes than I was gonna. Just because you're not the boss of me. Judges. Is he going to be the Bobby Bones of this season?
I don't know.
He must have people voting for him like crazy because they're trying to deep six him with the scores. And the scores and just the they're so rough on some people. Yeah. And some people, it's just, that was marvelous. Oh. And honestly, in some cases, I don't see the difference.
Yeah.
So... Geesh. This seemed like a particularly egregious case of the judges having it in for some people, and maybe the costumers having it in for some people.
Yeah.
How long does it take to remove that gold makeup afterwards?
Yeah, that's got to be.
It was painful looking at her. Mm-hmm. Alan, how could you have let that happen? How could you not have known what a bad idea that was?
You need to stick up for your partner a little better.
Come on, man. You have other things to do? You want to go home early? So, I don't know. The thing is, I mean, I don't expect a lot from Vinny. I don't expect a lot from a Jersey Shore guy. But he seems like he's got a good attitude.
Yes.
He's trying hard. He's... accepting the criticisms without vitriol. And he just seems like he's being a good dude. Why do they have to be so hard on him? Right. Why can't they just pat him on the head and say, well, you could have done better, but good for you.
Right.
That may backfire on them. I was looking on Instagram and there was a post about their dance and I clicked on the comments wondering if it was going to be all, oh, why is he still here? He's so awful. And it was all people saying, wow, they were really hard on him. They weren't nice. He's trying hard. I hope he does good. I'm going to vote for him. So maybe you want to dial back on the...
Yeah, it does sound like it's backfiring on them.
I think so. Because he doesn't seem like a jerk. If he seemed like a jerk and a bro, then you would go,
whatever. Right.
So...
No, but you're right. I mean, he's has a good attitude.
Yeah. And he also has a new pro who perhaps the judges would like to give a little slack to.
Right.
Or advice to.
Mm-hmm. Instead of just slamming them.
Yeah, they do not want him sticking around. But, so...
the voters have had their say, and he's still there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the voters could not save Cheryl, who probably went about 2 more weeks than anybody thought she would.
She just, her dance tonight was lovely, and she did get thrown to the ground there at the end and spun around, and I was a little worried about her hips, but, she was able to get up afterwards, so you go, girl.
Yes.
But yeah, she's not bringing a lot to the table, other than just, she stands very prettily.
Other than being a legend.
She's a legend.
As they like to say.
Yes, absolutely. I would have been equally fine with Sam going home, honestly.
Yeah. They're similar.
He's on the
level.
Did I mention I'm gay to her?
Yes. And also they're just making such a big deal about that. Well, we're friends. Cheryl and I are friends. Sam is my friend. Like, okay. Good for you.
Very happy for you.
Right. I don't know why this is like, that's his story.
Yes.
A, I'm gay, and B, I'm friends with Cheryl. Okay. It's not as good as a lot of the other ones.
It got him an extra week, and I think that's probably all it got him.
That will be about it.
Because after him, everybody's got at least a little bit going on. I don't know. But,
whether the judges want to admit it or not.
Yeah. Charlie is such a technically good dancer. She can do all the steps. But boy, does she seem like a kid. Like a kid without a whole lot going on. I mean, she's probably good in, like, how long is the TikTok?
I don't know. Short.
Shorter than one of these dances, I'm thinking.
You're right.
There's just, like, no there. And it's not her fault. She's a kid. And she's maybe a little overwhelmed by all of this, or a little bored of all of this. Maybe her mom thought it would be really fun to go on Dancing with the Stars, but she had to bring the kid with her. She just doesn't seem to have that. She lacks showmanship, I guess.
Yeah, which is weird, because how did she get 80 million followers or whatever it is on TikTok?
Well, she must be good in very short. Well, you know what? She's probably doing things that interest her.
Yeah, true.
And she said obviously she has dance training, so at some point dancing interested her. But
well, and also like that at the beginning, that's kind of what TikTok was, like lots and lots of dances.
Right.
I mean, some of them were very goofy or whatever, but I mean, that's people who have been TikTok people for as long as she has. I feel like they got there. A lot of it was dance.
Yeah.
So.
Not this kind of dance, maybe.
Right. No, not
There's
this
just
kind of dancing.
Maybe she's up past her bedtime. I don't know. There's something. She just doesn't have the facial expressions. She looks blank. I feel like I'm beating up on a kid, but, she's on a show. And
well, and we've, Lori was young.
Yes,
and
that's true. And Lori just
Bindi
had attitude and spunk to spare, as did Bindi, there's been a lot of young. Sadie Robertson also was about this age, and she was full of spirits. So that's why I'm comparing her to them, and she just seems like, okay.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, on TikTok, you can, obviously, you're recording it, and you don't put it out until it's the way you want it.
Right.
It's not live. So
yeah. Mark's got to work on the emoting a little bit. Maybe he can give her some. Maybe he can take her to an emoting coach and who will teach her that too with Vinny. Really, because we all know that the one thing you think of when you think of James Bond is excellent manners. So an etiquette coach is going to make you like James Bond.
Yeah. But there were fewer movie clips than maybe I thought there would be.
That's true. Yeah. Enough.
Yes.
There were enough. Everybody got represented a little bit. It just seems like such an odd theme week. I guess they tied it to it's an anniversary or something, but...
It's like a bunch of DVD, the collections being released or some such thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there must be some corporate synergy going on.
Yes, for sure.
There's a lot of very similar rumbas. And
yeah.
There's only so much you can do, really.
Yeah, I mean, did they not realize until they were, like, fully committed that, like, oh, wait a minute, everyone's going to have to do the same dance?
Yeah, pretty much.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, we did get one rumba for a dead relative with Selma. Mentioned her mom. So, and
and a couple tangos and like one samba.
Yes. Would have been nice to have. Could we have one jive or quick step? Just one. You know, sometimes
there's not one single fast song. Like,
he has to escape places really quickly. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, these are action movies.
Not always slinking along.
I mean, Live and Let Die. Like, they did a really slow version of Live and Let Die. Like, you could do... That song is fast.
Yes, there's parts of that song.
Like, da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na, da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na. I mean, that could be faster.
Step there, you know?
Yeah, or at least like a waltz or something. Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
And also, like... So next week, they keep talking about how it's going to be not Disney night, but Disney Plus night. So does this mean they're going to have, like, Baby Yoda? Like...
Oh, there will definitely be Baby Yoda. I think we can guarantee on that. Jessie James Decker, I worry for you, girl. I think I see big ears in your future.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So...
I mean, there's a lot of stuff on Disney Plus. I'm going to call there's going to be a WandaVision one, too. Because that was, like, based on TV sitcom or TV styles through the decades. Yes. So that's prime for something.
Right. So who else stood out for us?
What else? I mean, I thought Wayne did a good job again. I mean, he scored well.
He did. There still seems to me to be something missing from his numbers, like maybe he's just thinking too hard or counting in his head or something.
Or protecting his knees.
Yeah, I need a little more pizzazz, man. This is my complaint. Old ladies say, people don't seem excited enough about dancing. The little girl and the older guy, not excited enough about dancing. But he gets the top score, so what do I know?
Yeah.
Apparently he's doing fine.
Yeah, but Danielle and Britt again did a great job.
Very cute. They're doing very good. I think that his interpreter had the same jacket on this week as last week.
The kind of like wine-colored velvet sort of thing.
I feel like he had that, but maybe not. Maybe it was different. I enjoy him quite a bit. I enjoy him like signing behind the judge's table.
Right, and like racing up the stairs to get there before. He has longer to travel, and then he has to like get to where he's behind Alfonso, so it takes him extra time.
Yeah, but good for him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they manufactured the whole thing like, oh, there's not, a strong enough beat, so I can't do it.
And then he
did it fine.
He must just be counting, right?
I guess.
He must just count it. But he's doing very well, and he's cute.
And he's charming.
Yes.
And Britt is charming.
Yes. And Selma and Sasha, again, enjoyable number. I would really like her to win this thing. That would be really cool. But I wonder what sort of voting block she has.
Right. I mean, they just keep calling her a movie star, which...
Yeah.
Like, yes, she's an actor. She's been in movies, absolutely. But, she doesn't have, like, a particular movie or show that they can make a big deal out of.
I think she may have a following from her MS, though. I think she's probably involved in groups and support for that, so that might help.
Right.
But that would be she's just very enjoyable to watch, whether she's doing as many steps as she could be doing or whatever. But her numbers are very well done, and wouldn't it be great for Sasha to finally win?
Yeah.
Sorry about your marriage, man. Here's a consolation prize.
Right. Here's a mirror ball for you instead.
But they need to. I noticed, like, when she was upstairs, how does she get upstairs? She doesn't walk up the stairs. Does she?
Well,
walk up the stairs?
she uses her cane.
Yeah.
She always has her cane.
Like have an elevator somewhere for people who maybe don't want to huff and puff upstairs after they've just been dancing. Yeah. Oh, well. But you need to work that cane into a number, because that's a nice-looking cane. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Surely there's been... something.
She's kind of brought it, like, right up.
Yeah.
And then just set it aside when she actually started dancing.
Yeah. Need to... There should be some dance at some point where they can integrate that.
Yeah.
But Heidi did a very good dance. She looked really good. I care about her not at all.
Right. Yes. And, I think Charlie would be happy to just let her mother go ahead and do it. And
I feel like Charlie would be happy to just go home herself.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, Mom,
let her mother do it and go home.
You stay.
They keep putting her at the top of the leaderboard. Dang.
Yes.
She and Vinny should have a little chat. We'll chat with the judges. Could you score him better and me worse, please?
Right.
But no, she's going to be here for the long haul. Yeah,
for sure.
Her fans want her there. Mm-hmm. And
even if she doesn't necessarily want.
It's hard to believe that could be it. I would think this would be exciting to be a part of. Maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. She just looks over it. Mm-hmm. There's one point at which they were interviewing somebody, and Charlie was in the background with a look on her face that was, don't put her behind the people.
Right.
She looked real bored, and then she plastered a smile on her face, which was actually in some ways worse.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, whoops.
Somebody told her, smile.
Look alive.
You're on the camera. Smile.
Yeah.
I feel bad beating up on the kid, but I really would be just as glad for her to go home any old time. Right. But it will not happen.
No.
There are still so many people on this thing.
Yeah.
It's still at that stage after 3 weeks where it's like, oh yeah, that person is on this show. I forgot all about them. I was very happy Joseph keeps making it through and doing pretty good, so that Danny will be back next week. So that should be fun. And Alexis done fine. I thought their dance was fine. I enjoyed it. I think he's doing very well. I don't know if he has enough of a following to go all the way, but he's getting my votes. Didn't expect to think that much of him, but I think he's doing well, he's getting better, and he's being a very good sport. And also, I think since he had a less experienced dance around your partner pro, he was actually leading. It actually looked like he was leading when he was doing the dance. That's something you don't see all that often.
Well, get ready for Disney Plus night. Can't wait to see what Tyra will be wearing.
One thing I'm pretty sure, there will be some fast dances.
Yes, please. Please.
And probably some waltzes.
Yeah. Some princessy things.
Will be just fine.
Right. So we reached the midpoint of Rutherford Falls Season 2 with Land Back, featuring poor Reagan encountering the worst levels of bureaucracy at whatever the Indian land building office, whatever.
Yes.
Aww.
An endless maze of bureaucracy.
Yes.
Like something from The Good Place.
Yes, very much. Yeah. Very much like one of the bureaucratic levels of hell that you found in The Good Place.
But she is stalwart and she keeps at it.
She keeps trying.
She is determined.
Yes.
She is ticked off.
And she gets booted out onto the street in the middle of the night. It seems like it's not really, but it's, the last door.
It's always dark when you leave that building.
Right. The last door actually leads outside and you cannot get back in. So. But her new hire, her curator Nelson, helps her out, both by helping her look at an actual plot of land that she's trying to get, and then by posing as her husband, native style, like, oh yeah, you know how it goes, we're married now.
Because they will not. Otherwise, she will be at the end of the line as a single person.
Right. So that's cute. I mean, it's a fun little, she sees Nelson in a new light, let's say.
That's right.
When he's out there with his tape measure and his little surveyor's flags and stuff.
Yes. Yeah, so possibly a little romance going on there. Yeah. Have we seen the last of NPR Boy?
Well, I read ahead in the synopses on
spoilers!
And his name was mentioned, so we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what that means.
Right.
So
I'm not looking at my script that gives me the name of all the characters.
Oh, Josh.
Josh?
Yeah, you got
it. Okay.
Josh.
This show has turned into like a romantic comedy here.
Yes.
Midway through its end, at the end of its run, which is fine. I like romantic comedies. So, we got Reagan and Nelson.
And we've got Nathan and Deirdre.
Smooching in by a construction zone. And we got Nathan and Deirdre.
Former Mayor Deirdre.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying really hard to see what she sees in him at all. What is it? He thought that the sweater was too sexy, and so he was wearing
like a pea coat. I'm not really sure what I thought he was going to mention it in his meeting with her because he'd made such a point of deciding what to wear. But
she seems like a pretty together person and somebody who might have a little richer dating pool than Nathan Rutherford, but
I don't know, maybe in Albany.
Wants, I guess. That's right. Still not particularly buying that plot, but okay, it's fine.
And also the part where she waits a day, she waits like 12 or 18 hours to actually tell him that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
With his kid. Like like what? Why?
Yeah. And she said, I just can't, be with you because you're just the kind of person who disappears for a period of time. And I'm thinking, but before that, he was in exactly the same place for a very, very long time is my impression. It's my impression that until very recently, you could always find him at that museum anytime, day or night. It's not like he has a rambling reputation here.
No.
He had one like identity breakdown, and for that he's now no longer a dependable person.
Right.
Her character seems to just sort of sway with the needs of the plot. But okay.
But
not gonna
they
bother
did
me.
have it. They did have an amusing plot involving a little caper between Nathan and Deirdre at the local railroad museum.
Yes.
Where Nathan spent what did he say? Like his 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 11th, and 16th birthdays.
That museum could have been a Ron Swanson subplot on Parks and Rec.
Yes.
It had that sort of energy to it. But that's fine.
Yeah.
This episode was fine. Nothing about it annoyed me. Even Ms. Fish being there at the end saying she's going to be a stepmom. Fine. She at least looked like she was having an enjoyable evening with somebody. So, although possibly not.
After she declares that she's going to be a stepmother.
I don't know. At least she wasn't throwing herself at Nathan at that precise moment. Just rhetorically, not physically. So fine. It was short. It was a little punchline. Okay. When Reagan went to the first place in her endless quest to get land, and she knew the woman who was there, and they were chatting and stuff, did those two actresses look the same age to you? Because I thought the person who was, like, behind the desk, I thought that was, like, a kid. And then she was saying that she went to Head Start with Reagan. And then, maybe she looks a little older than I originally thought.
Yeah, it didn't jump out at me.
Jumped out at me. But then again, I may be a poor judge of
She
these
just
things.
had a very different look and style than Reagan.
Maybe she had the same look and style as other people who have been younger.
Versus Reagan's.
Yeah.
So maybe that was...
I just feel like this is a brigadoon of age in this show that everybody can be, and it's like Reagan and Nathan are the same age. It's just a little gap in time, a little special place.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But that was kind of a funny little bit of this woman, like when she's on the clock.
Yes.
She's all business and she's all, red tape. And then when she's not, she's Reagan's buddy.
Yes.
And she's happy to see her and chit-chat. But then flip her little sign around. Game over.
Isn't that the way? So we're never going to see the motorcycle again, are we?
I know. I thought when Reagan took Nelson to see what she called her baby, I absolutely thought that was going to be her motorcycle. I absolutely did too. That's
the second time they've messed us up by not doing the obvious thing. She never drove it into a fence or a wall, and it wasn't her baby that she was showing him. It was, I guess, the construction zone of what would ultimately be her museum.
Right, the new cultural center being funded by the ye old Rutherford Falls situation.
Which we have not heard anything of problems with since. But
true.
I guess.
Did we even see Terry Thomas in this episode?
We did not see Terry in this episode. We did not see Bobby in this episode.
That is a flaw.
Yes.
We like
Maybe
those
that's
two.
why it was so... It's fine.
Blah.
It's fine. But yeah, not the sharpest that they've had. I think they gave their two most interesting characters the day off. Mm-hmm. So, don't do that again.
They did mention Bobby.
Yes. Bobby
because Reagan was phone banking for Bobby.
And Nathan was trying to get Deirdre's endorsement.
Right. That's why he went.
So lots of talk.
Deirdre.
But no actual.
But not so much with the actually seeing them.
Yes. Yeah. Which is not great.
No.
But.
Yeah. Terry Thomas is kind of the real star.
Yes. I mean, Nelson is a fine new character, but it's so far along here. Do we really need additional characters? I'm not sure we really needed additional characters.
Right.
I mean, to be the foil at the museum, sure. Right. I don't know that we needed him to be a major character, but okay, fine. How many more episodes do we have?
Right. Not too many.
Nope. But of course.
And if they felt like they needed a love interest for Reagan, Josh was fine.
Yes. We liked Josh, although not so much anymore because what he did was not nice. But
right.
Still, he could come back. And possibly he does.
Yeah, well, we'll find out.
Yep. And I mean, in fairness, they didn't necessarily know that this was their last season when they were doing all of this.
True.
But it makes me think of Parks and Rec, where every season they thought it was going to be their last season. And so they always ended in some way that if this was the end, it would be okay.
It would be the end.
I hope they did that on this one, too.
Well, we will find out because next week we'll continue with Season 2, Episode 5 of Rutherford Falls. It's called Adirondack S3.
Oh.
And S3 does refer to a season of television.
Oh.
I know that because I read ahead.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, is that the code for her plot of land? But no. Okay.
It is a TV show within a show.
All right.
And of course, we'll continue with Dancing with the Stars.
It would seem to me that at this point we don't need a television show within the show, but okay.
Right.
Is this like Yellowstone? Is this going to be a take on Yellowstone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They may have already mentioned it in a previous episode.
Maybe.
Just to kind of set the stage, but I don't know. I can't remember.
That's fine.
Anyway, that'll be it for our round 2 today. Please subscribe to our Parenting Roundabout podcast so you won't miss any of our episodes.
Oh, wait, should we say that we're also going to be watching Dancing with the Stars again next? Did you say that? You said that? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Just want everybody to remember, come back for your Dancing with the Stars, please.
That's right.
We stay up very late. Have we mentioned that we stay up very late to prepare that information for you? Sorry. Please continue.
Where was I? Please subscribe to our Parenting Roundabout podcast so you won't miss any of our episodes, including these Tuesday morning ones.
Don't miss them.
We have something new for you every weekday. As always, you can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. Bye, Terry.
Bye, Catherine.
Goodbye, everyone.